So now, friend of the stream, Xerk, my friend, has been killing it lately with his version of Yawgmoth. He's like 6 for 6. Like, look, Yawgmoth. Like, what we got? This is 5th, 6th, 8th, 5th, 7th, worst. Blah 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 blah. He's been killing it. He's been absolutely killing it with Yawgmoth. His version is a little bit different than mine. So the list I've been playing forever is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then the flex slots are 1, 2, 3. These 3, right? It's basically a bunch of 4 ofs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4. And then these 4 flex slots. I also like Yawmoth, Urborg, right? And I like both of these, and I'm on 2 of these. And I'm on a Misty Rainforest. Right? This is what I'm doing. My sideboard is very simple. 4 Thoughtseizes, 2, 4, blah, 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 blah. This is what I've been doing. I've been doing this forever. I don't feel like I personally need to change. I like what's happening. I like how I sideboard. I like everything about it. But it's very foolish to ignore someone else's success. And Xerk has made a bunch of changes. So the first changes is the cut at 4th Eldritch Evolution for a 2nd Endurance main deck. Okay. So they have 2 Endurances. They cut the Drow's Messenger for Hapatra. And he cut the Birds of Paradise for an Innkeeper. And he's playing 3 basic forests. Misty Rainforest. There's no Yawmoth. And there's no Urborg. So instead of an Urborg, he plays an extra these 2 lands. So, because he's playing a Misty, but instead of Urborg, he's playing Wooded Foothills. And instead of this is one thing you can do when you're playing without Drow's Messenger is you don't need the Urborg. So this is the difference, right? Hapatra, and basically it's Hapatra instead of Drow's Messenger. These 2 lands instead of Urborg and Yawmoth, and 1 Endurance over an Evolution, right? So that's this. Now we'll look at the sideboard, and the sideboard is he's playing the Haywire Mite, 1 Fatal Push, 1 Go for the Throat, the full package of 4 Endurances, 1 Veil. So basically he's playing a Veil of Summer instead of a Thoughtseize. He cut the Necromentia for a Go for the Throat. He is playing Haywire Mite over Liberator. And he's not playing... He's playing this over something else. This over like the other sweeper that I'm playing. So this is what he's been doing. And 4 Force of Vigors. Which looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. A little bit different. Looks pretty good. I would have to imagine a little weaker to Rhinos, a little weaker to some things, but better against other things because you're playing these pieces of interaction. So we're going to jam a league and we're going to see what we think, see how things go. I've done this a bunch of times before, but it's always fun to do. I always enjoy it. All right, Modern League, we'll drop with our Gorios. We'll not talk about Gorios. We'll do Xerk, Yawgmoth. All right, predictions. How do we think we're going to do in this league? How are we going to finish in this league playing this? We're on the play. I guess this hand is a keeper. It's not a very good hand. It's not a great hand, but we're going to keep it. So, like, the Wooded Foothills would be the Urborg. This will be Yawmoth. Aether Vial. All right, we're playing against Merfolk. So let's see. I guess we play this. Now the question is, do we play the Dryad Arbor here? Or do we put this land into play tapped? I guess we just play the Arbor. Get in there for one. Get in there for one. Gavin MTG, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate it. That's a year of support. You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hapatra Truther. Hey, I mean, sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes Hapatra is bananas. Just absolutely bananas. Like in this game, I'm going to be able to play Yawgmoth, and then next turn I'm going to chord for Hapatra. And probably there's going to be just nothing that they can do. Alright, so let's get Yawg in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's Yawg. Does Yawg resolve? Does Yawgmoth resolve, friend? Play this. And next turn we can kill them with these. Alright. So, let's see what we've got. Yeah, apparently. We're just going to run some experiments on some fishy. No big deal. Hopefully they don't have Dismember. That would be very bad. Alright. So. Alright, let's talk, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chord for a Yawgmoth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets us Yawgmoth. Then we have Yawgmoth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need a land drop. And we could get Messenger and kill them. But we don't have that. We're not playing that because we're not playing Messenger. So we could literally chord 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a Yawgmoth, right? Then sack the Yawgmoth to draw, sack these things, make a land drop, Yawgmoth, 2, 3, 4, land drop, plus another green card, pitch, kill them. We can't do that. So, we're just going to... I'm just going to tap 1. I'm going to chord... I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do without Giraffe's Messenger. And the thing. I guess we just pass here. I guess we attack with the Dryad Arbor. What are they doing here? Pay mana. Alright, let's proliferate this. So what are we going to do here? We can do so much. Alright, what are you putting in? Probably the tap thing on Yawg. Trickster. Yeah. Alright. So let's go. Let's just get Hapatra here, right? Let's just get Hapatra. And just murder everything. We'll get Hapatra here. We'll just get Hapatra. And then we'll commit fish, whatever, aside. Kill that. Okay. Kill that. Okay. Yawg is temporarily out of commission. I think we'll go to second main phase here. And we'll play Strangleroot. And your turn. Alright. Maybe we're supposed to play birds there, but I really don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. So you can shoot Hapatra on this. All I need is a Blood Artist and I win the game. So I can untap. When we get to our turn, we'll probably just kill them with the Blood Artist. Killing them with the Messenger, that's my thoughts exactly. But, I mean, this is the thing, is like, when you have Yawgmoth like this, all roads lead to Rome. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to spend... So they're doing this. So what are they going to get for 3? I don't know. I don't care. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X is 2. Let's get the Blood Artist. Yep. Yep. So let's go 1, 2. Let's discard Birds of Paradise. Let's proliferate this up to 3. Proliferate this. Doink. Alright. You may now use your Aether Vial. What are you going to put in? So we could draw 16 cards here too. We could do a lot. I mean, there's no real reason to do anything crazy here. I mean, this is draw infinite here. This is infinite, that's infinite. Pay 1 life, choose 1 target, you're okay. Sack this. We have all the tools here. Another 2-drop. What are you putting in play here? Trickster. Kill that thing. Trigger Hapatra. We could shoot this at the Yawgmoth and then shoot that, but it really doesn't matter. It really does not matter what we're doing here from this spot. From this spot, nothing really matters. We could draw a bunch of cards here, but, you know, whatever. We don't need to do anything. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We can kill him with damage next turn. We can make a bunch of snakes too. Can make a bunch of snakes. We can do a bunch of stuff. We could do all kinds of stuff here. What are we killing? We're killing Yawgmoth. Alright, we gotta do stuff now. Alright, let's shoot this Strangleroot Geist. Let's sack this snake. Alright, we automatically trigger this. Now we're gonna go shoot this, sack this. Always yield. Always yield. So now always the snake. Now we shoot this, sack this. We're just going to get an army of snakes. Now we shoot this, sack this. More snakes. Target you, sack you. Right, we just make... Every time we do this, we get snakes. Hapatra was impressive there, but also we got to Yawg with nothing. You know what I mean? So, we could have just got a Yawgmoth and a Dross Messenger and killed them. But they did have the Force of Negation, so it was a little bit complicated. Hapatra did work there. Alright, what do we want against them? We want Fatal Push. We probably want this. We probably want these 2 cards. We probably want Veil. We probably don't need Endurance. Yes. Yep. Yep. We could have kept going until we hit anything. Any of those cards just won the game. Chord won the game. Chord would have won the game. Yeah, we had a lot of ways to win the game there. Alright, so I think I want these 4 pieces of interaction. I think I want to cut Chord of Calling. And I think I want to cut a Evolution. Just because of the Force of Negations and the Spell Pierce one that they play. Let's just play a bunch of removal. And let's jam. Is there a hero lines you can... I haven't actually ever done that. The Hapatra tools and tips. But the card can do crazy things. This deck's sweet. Yawgmoth is a lot of fun. There's... Basically, Hapatra functions as... It's just... It can do crazy things. Like, the card can do absolutely bananas things. But... That's not the issue with the card. Yeah. It is... The problem... Alright, so you have to think about it like this. Modern has always represented, like... There's always been a rock, paper, scissors aspect to Modern. Right? Where, like, for example, in the old world... I'll give you a really simple example. Jund beat Burn. Jund beat Infect. Jund lost to Thran, right? Thran lost to Infect and Burn, right? It was like the rock, the paper, the scissors, right? That's always been the way that Modern has been. Where it's like, this deck beats this, which this, you know, there's like decks with weaknesses, right? And Yawg represents a... If you think of Yawgmoth as that in the rock, paper, scissors version of the meta, then Yawgmoth has a place. But yeah, it can be flimsy against a bunch of removal, and it can be flimsy against a lot of things. But when you think about it in that rock, paper, scissors perspective, it just fits right into the place. You know, when Fury does its thing, when Solitude Ephemerate shows up, you know, you can't win. Yeah. Red-Black Scam feels hard to beat, but the deck can just defeat itself. But you know what I mean? Like, there's a rock, paper, scissors aspect to Modern. And as long as you embrace that, then... Alright. 1, 2... Yeah. Yep. Pioneer, the stuff comes down. Pioneer comes down to, did you draw your sideboard stuff? If yes, then you win. If no, then you lost. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Svaelun. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Alright, Hapatra's going to be gas here. We're going to just win the game with Hapatra here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Play this. Play Yawg. Hapatra's going to be great here. I mean, we are going to win the game immediately. So you always need a starter with Hapatra, right? So this thing's going to start. We're going to be able to just kill this. I mean, Hapatra is amazing against Merfolk, right? But at the same time, like... Okay, alright. Next turn. Next turn, Hapatra will be amazing against Merfolk. Alright, let's put Yawg. Let's put it on the bottom. We have a Yawg here. Alright, well... Drat. Next turn. Next turn, we'll get him. Hey, congratulations, buddy. Jesse won the Apex Invitational. With Yawgmoth, I might add. A pretty sweet deck. Playing the list. What the fuck do you do? Oh my god, what do you do? Spells your opponents cast to target a merfolk you control cost 2 more. Abilities your opponents activate that target a merfolk you control cost 2 more to activate. We've been got. We've been Kaplakva, Blue Kapula, Warden of the Waves. We've been got. We got. How are we supposed to beat this? Alright. So, first of all, we need to get Yawg in play. Let's get Yawg in play. Let's play lands. I think we just kind of get the Yawgmoth in play here. So we can't target these things. This is going to be tricky. But I believe we can do it. First thing is we want to attack with Hapatra. Get a nice Hapatra attack. Well, this is going to be indestructible. So we are going to punishment for 3. I mean, we'll figure it. We can Chord of Calling for Grist. Grist kill this. Like, we could do a bunch of stuff. First thing that's cool about Hapatra is you can always get your snake. Right? So, this is going to resolve. So, here's what you can do for free, right? So, I can get a free draw here out of this Yawgmoth. Abilities your opponents activate that target a merfolk. So, we're going to pay 1 life here. Here's something cool you could do with Hapatra. Okay. Let's sack the Yawgmoth. This is for no target, right? Because this has ward. This will make shit cost more, right? So we're going to Undying our little guy. Right? We Undying our little guy. And then we put our Hapatra token on our little Yawgmoth to reset it. Hapatra goes on the Yawgmoth. Oh, look at that. Look at Hapatra doing the Lord's work. Yes, I would like to do that. Look at that. Alright. I would be afraid because this would be an ability and I'd have to pay 2 more. Maybe I could have put 1 on that. But I'm okay resetting it. I'm okay resetting my Yawgmoth, right? We have Fatal Push on this next turn. We just Fatal Push this and go to town. And we Chord for a Yawgmoth. We're going to kill him next turn. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Jesse. It's very kind. So, one thing to note is that Proliferate, you don't need to pay the ward cost to Proliferate. Alright, so I'm going to block here with the Yawgmoth. They're going to violin a thing, a Lord here. Yeah, we take 4. We take the 4 here. Alright, this is going to be... Alright, so we play the lands. Let us think, friends. How do we do this? I think that the thing to do is Fatal Push this stupid thing. Fatal Push this stupid thing. Pay the ward, and then Chord of Calling for Blood Artist, and then Blood Artist machine gun down the board with Hapatra. Thoughts? Prayers? Thoughts? Alright. Cast the... Oh. Okay, first of all, we need Revolt to target this. So let's go Chord of Calling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chord is 2. Let's cast Chord of Calling, make sure it resolves. Why's it gotta be like this? The island is right here. Basic land island from the Tideshaper. Okay. So this got forced. That complicates things, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we need Revolt so we can kill this thing. So we're going to pay 1 life, choose up to 1 target creature, okay. Sack the Yawgmoth. Untap. Draw a card. Now we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to cast Fatal Push on Warden. Pay 2. Then we're going to pay the Ward 1. Okay. Pay Ward 1. Yes. Kill that. Now we're going to go snake on this. Sack this. Always yield. Snake. Snake. Snaky snake. 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 More snakes. We are going all the way down with the snakes. Land. Put this land into play tapped. No, I already played a land. Yield to the turn. We'll discard you. And you. And I don't need you. Okay. Yup. Hapatra's doing work here. Against merfolk. Alright, so they're dead next turn. We get the Blood Artist, go to town. And they had the Lord, right? They had this guy. Svelun gives ward. Right? So we couldn't have targeted. We had to target in that order. Alright, they have nothing. So we just have to kill them this turn. Let's see. How do we kill that? Well, there we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the Blood Artist. Blood Artiste. 1, 2. Strangleroot. 1, 2, 3. Evolution the Strangleroot away. Trigger. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Well, Hapatra did work in that game. That's for sure. Okay. What do we got over here? We got turn 1. We need black. I mean, I don't think we'll talk about it at the end. I mean, it didn't matter what we did. All roads led to Rome at that point. They had no cards in hand. Alright. I hate to shock myself, but I want to save this. And we need the double black. Hey, GL, HF. Good luck, have fun. Let's get Overgrown Tomb. I hate to shock, but we kind of need to shock. Yeah. Alright. I would like this. Alright, so we're going to play this. We're going to play Wall of Roots. Now the question is, do we do these two? Or do we do... This is better for, like, drawing a Yawgmoth, but this is more tempo. I think we're going to go for the tempo play. Maybe this is a mistake, but... I just like hitting for 3. Look at how many permanents we have. We've got a lot of permanents here. I'm pretty happy with this start. Maybe it's better to do these two, but like I wish this was an evolution, though. Yeah. Alright, so Misty Rainforest. If this is a Rogue Triome, this is probably Rhinos. No. They've got this thing. So it's control / elementals. Alright. Oh, hello. Hi there. You seem like you could be useful here. Alright, let's play the Yawgmoth. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Eldritch Evolution, sack you. We want to have the Yawgmoth in play so that once this resolves, we can just bounce unlimited. Okay. So they do have a Leyline Binding up. No, yeah, they do have Leyline Binding here. White 4, so Leyline Binding will cost 2. So Yawgmoth isn't totally free here. Alright, Eldritch Evolution. The best draw in the deck. Oh, goody. Solid dude. One solid dude. Hopefully they don't have Ephemerate, but you know, who knows what these decks are playing these days. Alright, so our dude's exiled. Alrighty. Let us get the Yawgfather. We have not made a land drop this turn, right? We need a land drop. Let's start fucking around with the Yawgmoth here. Always yield. They could binding here. It's probably what they're thinking about is binding. Yeah. I think we could draw another card here off this Hierarch. Choose those one target creature. Thank you. Okay. There's another Yawg. We're drawing another card. We could Endurance Pitch, but I don't think we need to. I think this is okay. Binding comes down, gets the Yawg. We're still drawing another card. Hopefully we draw land here off this. Land? Give us land? Oh, well, tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Means we can cast the Yawgmoth next turn. We could have pitched this to draw a card, but I don't think it was worth it. As long as we got to our second Yawg, you know, that's all we needed to do. Alright, pass the turn. Yeah, be more specific, yeah. I need the one land. The one land in the deck. I guess there's 2 lands, right? 3 lands? Because there's like this doesn't cast it, this doesn't cast it, this doesn't cast it. 4 lands in the deck that don't cast it. Alright, Cycle, Shark Typhoon. So we know they're definitely on the control plan. They also pitched a Supreme Verdict here. So they're looking for their third land drop here. They missed their 3rd land drop. That's a good sign for a control deck. Okay, so what can we do here? We can play Yawgmoth. Pass. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's play Yawg. Attack with this. I don't want to play this. This gets back a Yawg. So let's just attack for 2. And we'll just chill. They don't have a 3rd land, so like, you know, I don't want to play the Boseiju. Yeah. It does, but yeah, we don't want to give them anything. Give them nothing and take from them everything. Alrighty, so let's draw something good. Okay, so let's start doing stuff. 1, 2, play Wall of Roots. 1, 2, dress down. I think I'm inclined to sack this into this and draw some cards. So I can make sure I can hit a land drop. I can progress my board a little bit. This Wall of Roots is about done. So let's shoot it into that. And then let's pay 1 life. Sack a creature. Sack this. We're looking for land drops to make. Alright, well, that's fine. So this resolves. This resolves. Untap. And then we'll go Dork. We could Boseiju this thing. and then, like, do stuff, but I don't think we need to do anything. Play you. And let's attack for 2. Let's attack for 2. Alright. So at their end step, when this dress down comes off, I'm gonna draw I'm gonna draw 4 cards here. What's up, Riza? How are you? Alright, so this thing dies. So now we got a chance. Let's just draw some cards, right? We've got some room in our hand. Let's fill up our hand a little bit. And if we draw a Chord of Calling, they die. They're dead instantly to Chord, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could draw... I wasn't going to draw crazy, but we can just go infinite here. Alright. That was easy. Thoughtseize in. Haywire Mite in. Veil in. These cards in. We don't need Hapatra against this kind of deck. We don't need Innkeeper against this kind of deck, right? We don't need these cards. These cards are kind of not what you want against these kind of decks. Like, they're not going to have a lot of I mean, I guess they might have elementals. Hold on. Maybe we want Hapatra. I guess we'll leave in Hapatra. But I feel like they're more the control version. So, let's cut a Yawgmoth. Let's cut Bird's Paradise. Let's cut an Evolution. I don't really want to walk this into a counterspell. Let's cut the Evolutions. We have 2 of these. We can play a little at flash speed. Yeah, just to, like, take out verdicts. This deck is particularly weak to verdict. Yeah. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. Sivali is, like... Hapatra's very good in certain situations, but most of the time, Messenger's, like, never bad. It's only bad with the mana. Alright, so let's bring in these cards. Let's cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's submit. You can... Yawgmoth is very weak to Supreme Verdict. I don't know. Don't know. It could be bad, but... We're testing it out. We'll just see here, right? Alright, let's get... Am I getting a basic forest here, or am I shocking? I guess we can get 1 basic. Yawgmoth's true weakness is the legacy weapon? True. True. How's Yawgmoth versus Titan? It depends. Pending, my guy. No. Binding, my guy. That is... A. Alright. We need black with this. Let's get Wall Roots in play. Okay. You know what card I want here? I would like a Outland Liberator here. I guess I have to play this. I need to progress my board. Attack you. Maelstrom Pulse? 1, 2. What do we got here? Cycle, Shark Typhoon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Give me a lands? Oh, it's Yawgmoth. I guess I'm gonna no attack. I'll chord for a mana dork at the end of their turn. Bro. I'll make sure it resolves here. Alright, now we'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Let's get Ignoble Hierarch. Leyline Bindings used on my 1-drop. Terrible. Okay. So, Yawgmoth. Yay, resolved. Yay, resolved. Here comes Solid Dude. Don't do it. Don't Solid Dude me. Don't do it. Does our Ignoble Hierarch want to die? Alright, let's draw Endurance. Endurance? Alright. I think I want to set up. I want another setup turn. Playing Yawg with no creatures is just no fun. Alright, let's play you. Let's play you. How much hate is Innkeeper? We haven't drawn it. We haven't drawn it, so I haven't hated on it. But don't worry, it's coming. It's a-coming. Alright, Hall of Heliod's Generosity. Put the Shark Typhoon back on top of the library. Yeah? I'm going to take the damage here. I want to draw cards after I resolve the Yawgmoth. Innkeeper has been cut. Alright. Oh, goody, Hapatra. 1, 2, 3, 4, Yawgmoth. Please resolve. Okay. Step number 1. Let's kill that. Ping you. Let's kill that. I should have played this land first. Alright, let's kill that. Ping. Yeah, I should have played the land first before I did anything. That was a mistake. If we attack, how big does this thing get? 1, 2... It's a 5/5, so we're just gonna pass. Swinging this into the shark that's a 5/5 is not great. So let's just pass the turn here. They'll make a giant shark. 1. You gotta crack your land first. Crack your land. Get a... No. What's happening? Oh, because they want a memory deluge. Okay. Okay. So we have crack the Misty, get Dryad Arbor here. And draw like 3 more cards. It is pretty gross with Typhoon. I'll take the 1 here. I bet they have Verdict. We'll take the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so question number 1 is, do we want to cash this in as a land to draw a bunch of cards? I think we do. I think we can cash this in for a Dryad Arbor here. I think we can cash this in for Dryad Arbor. This will do a bunch of damage and draw us a bunch of cards. Sack into this. Trigger. Save targets. Always yield. Always yield. So then we can sack this and kill this. Always yield. Get a free trigger off this. Now we get to go sack you. Sack you. And then I think we let this thing die. And this is fine. This thing's coming back. Homeboy's coming back. They have 1 card left in hand. I think we're going to go Strangleroot attack for 5. 1, 2. Strangleroot. Play land. Go to combat. Attack. If they use Hall of Heliod's Generosity on Shark Typhoon, I'm going to Endurance them. And pass the turn. Crack your fetch. Hall. Use the Hall. Boink, boink, boink. Endurance. Boink. Okay. Alright, so they have 1 draw step here. They have 1 card in hand and 1 draw step. Hopefully, it's not Supreme Verdict. I said hopefully it's not Supreme Verdict. Well, play Ignoble. Get in an attack for 4. Get in an attack for 4. Then we can play Grist and Hapatra. Boink, boink. 1, 2, 3. Grist. Hapatra, the old 2/2 for 2. Hell yeah. Plus. I think we can crack this for a black. Oh, it's our only land, so we're doing it for a black. There's Hapatra. 2 Grists! Grist. Oh, no! Grist hit the Haywire Mite. Oh, it's so broken. Grist milled Haywire Mite. Archmage Charm. Insect. Grist is an insect. 2 insects. GG. Alright. We got there. We got there. Thank you, thank you. Very kind. Okay. That worked out for us. Alright. So, 2-0. 2-0. This hand's kind of shit, but it is what it is. So we can keep it. I mean, we have a way to get Yawg. We have permanents to spew upon the battlefield. We're on the draw. Right? We'll go turn 1, this. Fetch, shock. Maybe we don't need to shock. I feel like I need to fetch shock more. Triumph, huh? Maybe I could just play the Boseiju on 1. But I guess I just fetch shock. I hate fetch shocking. I hate doing it. But I guess you got to, you know? Fetch shock. Get birdies. Yield. Hopefully birdies doesn't die. But you always want to like save the Boseiju in case they have a leyline binding. There's no companion here. Hopefully this isn't Renin 6. God damn it. Alright. Bad news, friends. Bad news. We are... Oh, goody. Oh, fucking goody. Oh, great. Oh, perfect. Guess who's here? Guess who's fucking here? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good. You know what's great against Renin 6? A 1/1 for 1 with no fucking text. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, this would be a Birds of Paradise in my list, right? Which still, you know, still not great against Renin 6. Oh, goody. Frodo. This is Frodo. But remember all the times when I said, why would you play a 1/1 for 1 in a Wrenn and 6 format? Who would say something like that? Remember, I've said it literally 1,000 times. Play a 2-mana 1/1 in a Wrenn and 6 format. Tilt! Fucking tilt. Good. Good. Let's just choke. Oh, this Innkeeper. What a world, man. What a world. Alright, well. How the fuck are we supposed to kill this Wrenn and 6? Oh, good! Another 2-mana 2/2. So we went from 1-mana 1/1 to 2-mana 2/2. I can't even. Alright. What are we going to do here? We're going to play a Grist. We're going to play Grist. Good. Good. I guess we're going to play this. Prosperous Innkeeper. Oh, boy. Alright, so we're playing against the Wrenn and 6 control list. 1, 2, Strangleroot. Go to combat. Go to combat. Swing it, Wrenn. Swing it, Wrenn. I guess we're playing our little Innkeeper guy. Because we gotta play the Dryad too. Cool. We could have played this first and gained a life, but I wanted to do this after combat. I want to see how combat went. Alright. We have an Innkeeper. The bright side of this Innkeeper is they're probably not going to kill it because they have to kill the Dryad Arbor. So we can chord here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not worth it. We want to chord for Yawg. No, this is Xerk's list. Xerk's been killing it, so we gotta respect. We gotta respect. I'd like them to tap out this turn, but they're not gonna tap out. I hate Prosperous Innkeeper. I hate it. I hate it. Alright. Here comes Omnath. Green. Here comes Omnath. We have 7 cards here for Yawgmoth. We can chord for Yawgmoth next turn, and if we draw a land, we can play Hapatra, then chord for Yawg, then win the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eternal Witness. Get back counterspell. Oh, well, fuck you. Fuck you. Alright, well, that's going to be an issue. That shall be an issue. Oh, that was a good draw. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, Strangleroot Geist. They'll have to counter this. Otherwise, their Wrenn dies. Oh, they're not countering it. Wow. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, we gotta just swing all at the Wrenn and 6. We have to kill the Wrenn and 6. Have to kill the Wrenn and 6. Attempt to kill the Wrenn and 6. Yo. We got Innkeeper, though. Uh-huh. Do we have Ephemerate? Do we have Ephemerate? Come on, show me the Ephemerate. Terrific. 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 Okay. Get out. Get out. Let's go Thoughtseizes. Veil? No. I mean, no. We don't need endurances against them. Are they gonna have Leyline Bindings against us? That's the question. I think they will. We'll switch this for that. And let's submit. That was fun. Would you like to play first? Yes. Keep. Alright. Ephemerate is really good. Who would have guessed? Don't know how to win this matchup? Well, I don't really know either. +0, +2 counters. Alright. So now we go a Thoughtseize. I should have played a land to play around Spell Pierce first. What do we got? We got Solitude, Endurance, Express Iteration, Supreme Verdict. Let's get rid of this Supreme Verdict. Play land. 1/2, Wall of Roots. Birds. Okay. So, what they got? They've got Solitude, Express Iteration, Ice Fang, Endurance. We can beat all these cards. Alrighty. So now we cast 1, 2, 3, 4 Yawgmoth. Does Yawgmoth resolve? Ice Fang, yes. Ice Fang resolves. I don't know about the wisdom of playing a 1/1 Ice Fang here. Alright, we need to draw land. If we draw land, we're going to be very good. Yawgmoth loves 1/1s. Oh, baby. They obviously don't have another land here. Another white card, or they would have done stuff already. But we're going to Chord for a Yawgmoth. And I'm going to give them a chance to use this Endurance. If they would like to use the Endurance, they can. They're not gonna. Alright. I'm okay with this. Yeah, Messenger here would be pretty good. Messenger here would be very good, but we don't have that. We have Hapatra, our favorite. Alright, so they have Solitude, Express Iteration, Endurance in their hands. They have Solitude, Express Iteration, Endurance. Alright, how do we want to do this? I guess I'm going to float a green mana here, and I'm going to minus here, sack you. I would like very much to get... Let's play Hierarch. Let's attack. The problem is we sack this, they're just going to hardcast the Endurance. So let's attack with the Yawgmoth. Let's get the damage in with the Yawgmoth. I guess we can Endurance Evolution for a Grist here. And just get a bunch of creatures. Alright, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, Eldritch Evolution. Sack this. We're going to get Grist plus pass the turn. I should have held this up so I could proliferate. Like, I should have played this land instead of the land I played. So you get some good proliferating here. Alright, here comes the Expressive Iteration. Expressive Iteration resolves. They're going to look for a white card to solid dude this Yawgmoth. Misty Rainforest. Okay. We're going to pay 1 life here at the end of turn. We're going to put a counter on this Yawgmoth here. If they want to pitch the Endurance, that's fine. Pay 1 life, choose another creature, okay. Sack you. Okay. Alright, here comes the Solitude. We were waiting for this one. Alright, let's shoot the Solitude. Sack. We're drawing another Yawg, so this is fine. We could shoot this with this here, but I don't think we need to. If they ephemerate it, it's not the end of the world. Okay. So that comes back. We get to draw a card. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're doing it. 1. Hold on. Cancel. -1. Chord. 1, 2, 3. We'll chord for another Yawgmoth. Untap. Play this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Yawg. Gonna go to combat. Gonna attack here with these. Attack, attack. So they have an Endurance in their hand, so we can't try and win here with Grist. We could go proliferate. This goes to 3. This goes to 5. We'll hit them to 10. Then we can like sack stuff and try and kill them. But they have the Endurance, so there's no point in doing that. So we'll just hit them. We'll just hit them, and then we will make them use this Endurance right now. If they want to stop me from drawing cards, they have to... Oh, they don't have it. Alright, so they're dead to a Chord. I'm at such a low life total, I don't really need to get carried away. So we'll just play the Strangleroot, and we'll pass. We'll plus, and then we're done here. And they need a lot of cards to like get through all this. So I think we're good here. I think they're dead next turn. Eternal Witness, thank you, Thomas. Very kind of you. Thank you, buddy. It's a long time. 17 months is so long. Yay! So how do we win that game? We cast Thoughtseize to get rid of this Supreme Verdict. Their hand was kind of bad, too. I wonder if we want Hapatra to kill, like, Omnath and stuff. We haven't seen Leyline Bindings. We have not seen Leyline Bindings. So maybe we don't want Mite. They have to be playing Leyline Binding, right? They have to be playing Leyline Binding. When will they fix the wall of Brute's Bug? Never. It's just wall. I think there is. Wall. Wall? There you go. Oh. Yeah, they've got to have binding. The only issue would be, do we want Hapatra to be able to kill a Omnath? I don't think we need it. I hate it. I'm not going to play it. Maybe we could play it over Birds of Paradise on the draw. Alright, we should probably put Hapatra in over the birds. Okay. This hand sucks, but we're going to keep it. We have turn 2 Hierarch. We have Hierarch that gets killed by Grist, that gets avenged by Strangleroot Geist. turn 2 Hierarch that gets avenged. So if they like Ren and 6 this, we get to kill it with Geist. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Wow, they don't have it. They don't have it. That's so good for me. We could play the Strangleroot Geist, but I want to get Grist going. I like Grist more. Grist plus. Very powerful thing to be doing. Yeah. We'll just get the Grist going. Why did they do that? They have Endurance that they are sitting on. They wanted to go 1, 2, 3. Hold up Endurance. They can't cast Endurance with this, right? No double green, so we're good. Next turn, the boy's coming. 1, 2, play you. I guess I want to play the Blood Artist. This lets me attack with the Strangleroot Geist. With Exalted. And like, if they board wipe, they take a bunch of damage. What the heck is this? They play the Death Touch Snake here? Alright. Alright, and I guess we're just gonna plus. Worst case scenario would be dress down into Supreme Verdict. But what are you gonna do against that? Draw this Thoughtseize and then Thoughtseize them to get rid of their Verdict? That would be great. That would be great. I really wish I would have drawn this Thoughtseize instead of discarding it. Because Thoughtseize is the key here. The key to winning this game would be to Thoughtseize them. And just get that shit out of their hand. But you never know. I mean, they could just have Solitude Ephemerate. They could just have a lot of stuff here that just wrecks us. Solitude Ephemerate would be the worst. Not really, because it doesn't affect Grist. Fury Ephemerate would be the absolute worst. Because they would kill Grist, kill all my dudes, leave me with nothing. I really would like to draw that Thoughtseize. See, playing against 4-color piles like this, all I want to draw is Thoughtseize. All I want to draw all the time, every turn, is Thoughtseize. So that's why I personally play 4, but Xerk has chosen for 3 and 1, which is his prerogative. Alright. They're dead now. They're going to just die to this. I think they're literally dead on board with this. Oh, they have Endurance. Boo! Well, they're not dead on board. Because we could Grist alt, plus they take 8, plus the Strangleroot Geist comes back. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Boy, I would have liked a Thoughtseize for that. I would like a Thoughtseize for that, that's for sure. Alright, play this, crack this. Get a Forest. Play you. Attack you. What's different about this list? Nothing crazy. Not Hapatra over Innkeeper, Hapatra over Dross Messenger, Prosperous Innkeeper over Birds of Paradise, Endurance over this, and a third basic, and a this over these two over Yawgmoth and Urborg. That's the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, Omnath. Fetch land. Crack the fetch land. Well, I'm killing Omnath next turn. Yeah, Hapatra. Yeah, we're playing Xerk's list. Xerk's been killing it lately. Here comes... They only have 3 cards, so maybe they don't have the nuts. Maybe they don't have the stone nuts. I'm just chilling. Oh, they do have the stone nuts. Cool. Let's see what they exile. All of this would have been stopped with a Thoughtseize taking this verdict. All of this would have been stopped by Thoughtseize. At least our Grist is still alive. Our Grist is still alive. We're in a good spot. So what do they get with this? They have... We'll see what they exile here. Leyline Binding. That's perfect, because they'll Binding the Grist. And then we can Boseiju the Binding, kill the Yawmoth, attack. That was a really good draw. I mean, it's not a really good draw, but it worked out really well for us. Alright. Discard. Hold on. First, we're going to play the Yawgmoth here. Then we're going to Boseiju this. I think we use the Strangleroot Geist here. And we just go sack this. Because this swings for 4, puts them to 3. And they gain life. Vomit. Vomit. Maybe I just use this. Maybe I just use this Yawgmoth. No, I think I just use this. Kill that. Attack for 3. Cry, cry, cry. Well, we lost. Game over. Just no Thoughtseizes. Not enough Thoughtseizes. Can't beat this deck. Can't beat this kind of deck with no Thoughtseizes. But the good news is that we did draw... Yeah, this card is just... I mean... When people say to me all the time, 4 Thoughtseizes seems like too many. Then you play against this kind of shit. And then you're like, 4 Thoughtseizes is not enough. These cards are so powerful, they're game breaking. You have to address them before they get to break your game. You know? Thoughtseizes is the way to beat this deck. 4x Thoughtseizes. Well, you don't want Inquisitions because they don't fucking answer these cards. We have a turn to draw Yawgmoth. A turn. Yeah, that's the whole point, is these lists are just... Okay. Sure. Yawgmoth. I'm going to play it. I always want to play lands because you always want to think like... you always want to think like the next turn we'll have... Oh, I mill the Yawgmoth. Love it. I mean, they kind of kill their Yawmoth. Right? They're like not really that far ahead. You know? They're not really doing that much. I guess they must have another Yawmoth. Yeah, uh-huh. So we can kill this Yawmoth. We can kill the Yawmoth here if we fetch out... We fetch out Dryad Arbor. Go to our turn. Kill this. Hello. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Play you. 1, 2, 3, 4, Yawg. No! Fuck off. Oh. Now we're dead. Now we're dead. Now we're dead. Alright. Sometimes your opponent has all the answers. And sometimes you don't have the answers. Teferi. Yeah, they do. Bounce the insect, attack the Grist. We still have another turn to draw Yawg. Opponent dabs. We take... 1, 2. Expressive Iteration. If I could ban all cards from all formats, it would be nice to get rid of Omnath. It would be nice. Oh, just in time. Just in time. What do we got? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Well, that did not feel particularly close. And I'm really glad that we drew Prosperous Innkeeper into Wrenn and 6. I don't know how people play this card when Wrenn and 6 is in the format. That's all I'm going to say. We can keep this. We can keep this. Oh, good. Another weird Triome deck. Alright. I guess we're just playing... a dork. We're playing a dork. Please don't Wrenn and 6 me. Cool. 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 Alright. At least we have Scavenging Ooze here. At least we can kill that. Kill that. We did it. That was good for us. 2, 3. That was 3 mana. Yep. It was just 2 mana, and they put the Sacred Foundry into play tapped. I think that we can... What can we do here? 1, 2, Wall of Roots. 1, double green, 1, 2. Alright. I don't know if this would be the Endurance that would be the Eldritch Evolution. I don't know if this is the Endurance that would be the Eldritch Evolution. But I would very much like this to be Eldritch Evolution here. Oh, yay, Yawgmoth. Yay, Yawgmoth. Crack you. Let's get a swamp. Let's go -1. 1, 2, double black. Play Yawg. Let us attack Teferi with this. Kill Teferi. And we will just pass the turn. Yeah, I should have played 2 artworks. I should have done that, but not always smart. Not always smart. That's what Xerk's actual list is. Risen Reef. Oh, this thing is so fucking dead. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid 1/1. Alright. What's that gonna target? That's gonna target my Yawgmoth. Alright, let's pay 1 life. Let's choose our own target here. Let's sack this. Oh, goody, Innkeeper. Hell yeah. I think I want to draw cards. I think I want this to be a card. Draw cards. Okay, so this goes away. This thing goes away. That comes back. That gets killed. Alright. I love Innkeeper. Innkeeper's my favorite card. Innkeeper, like, it looks bad. It looks like, oh, this card's useless. And it actually is useless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 1 It's just like, what if I was just a blood artist? Oh, I gained 1 life! I gained a life! I'm at 16 now. Dude, sick. 2 mana Lotus Petal? What a deal. What a deal with my 2 mana Lotus Petal. Nice. 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 Let's play 1 toughness creatures. Let's play 1 mana do-nothings in a Wrenn and 6 Fury format. Why wouldn't you? Oh my god. Why would you play Innkeeper? Cool. Well, I got this treasure, though. Yo, 2 mana Lotus Petal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 mana Lotus Petal. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get Yawgmoth. Let's shoot this thing. We still have to make a land drop, right? So we can still, like, do some stuff. Land drop? Alright, well, we missed a land drop. So if they go to Ephemerate this thing, we have Endurance, Pitch, kill this. We could just block it, right? That's so annoying. Do they know how fucking annoying they're being? I don't think they know how annoying they're being. I don't think they know. Alright. Annoying. So we have 7 cards in the graveyard. If we draw a land, we can Yawg again, which is kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, Teferi. Teferi can't do anything. Let's draw a land. We could get... I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do here. 1, 2. What is this? What are they shocking for that? Wrenn and 6. Oh, terrific. I love Wrenn and 6. Let's draw Hapatra now. That'd be a good draw here. Alright. Play Yawgmoth. Plus 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess we just play the birds. We can chord for 3 here, which doesn't do anything. We'll just wait till next turn. Plus again, chord for Yawg. Go nuts. They're probably going to ping the birds, but whatever. Yield to the turn. It's really fun. Oh, goodness. It's really fun to play against these kind of decks all the time. Risen Reef. Guess that's a value engine. It's really fun to play these. I need a mana. Let me go to my turn. Yeah. Alright. Give me a land. Oh, I don't even know what the fuck I want. It doesn't matter. They don't have a counterspell. Yawgmoth. Okay, so let's go play Yawgmoth. Chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. I want Yawgmoth. Bonk this, sack this. Always yields. Alright. Sack you, hit you. There's 9 creature cards in my graveyard. Voxy, thank you. Welcome, everyone. We're playing Yawgmoth, poorly, against 4-color pile. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. We're playing some Modern here. We are, in a weird spot. We kind of have him dead with the Grist ult, but we're just kind of doing stuff. We're going to see where we end up here. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, we have 7 creatures in the graveyard. We can go... we can play the Wall of Roots, sack the Wall of Roots, sack the Yawgmoth. I think if we sack everything, we can Grist ult them. Right? Because we go... We have 7. Grist is at 6, so it's not going to count itself. So we have 7, 8... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's lethal. So let's do that. Crack this. Get this. 1, 2, Wall of Roots. Minus this. Minus the Wall of Roots. Play the Yawgmoth. So now the hard part is going to be sacking all these Yawgmoths. So let's put a minus counter on this. Sack a Yawgmoth. Always yield. Let's put a minus counter on this. Sack this. Pay 1 life. Choose up to entire creature. Okay. Sack this. Pay 1 life. Choose up to entire creature. Okay. Sack this. Pay 1 life. Choose up to entire creature. Okay. Sack. Pay 1 life. Choose up to entire creature. Okay. Sack. Bonk. Yay, us. Okay. So, we've been playing against this list all day. So, we definitely want the Haywire Mite. I wonder if we want Force of Vigors. Like, is this too much to play a Force of Vigor against all this Leyline Binding hate? I don't think so. I think we want the Force. We want the Thoughtseizes for sure. Now, I don't want to play Innkeeper. I don't want this. I don't want this card. I hate this card. We could do 1 Force of Vigor. And we can cut some dorks that are going to die to Wrenn and 6. And we can cut the youngest wolf. And we could probably cut an Endurance. Actually, honestly, we could probably cut 2 Endurances. Keep the birds. Yeah, so let's play these. Let's board in these 5 cards. Let's cut the 2 Endurances. They're not really that great. Yawgmoth is kind of medium. Birds of Paradise gets wrecked. And this is a halfling that we hate. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to put the halfling all the way over here. All the way. Come on. We'll just banish him. See, look. Everything's perfect. We're not even playing the halfling. The halfling is banished. Get it over here. Get it. We'll just keep moving it over here. There. There we go. That's better. Doesn't this deck look sweet? Without that stupid 1/1. Alright. I don't think we want to minus all 3 birds. Birds don't seem that great. I mean, birds are still a good card. They're still good. Well, obviously we can't keep this. Let's mulligan. Let's mulligan. Oh, beautiful. Look at this beautiful hand. I guess we put back a land? That might be a mistake. Maybe we're supposed to put back this. Fury gonna wreck you? I mean, yeah. That's how Modern works. Fury's gonna wreck you. That's basically Modern, the format, is Fury is going to wreck you. What do we got? We got Omnath, Solitude, Solitude, Teferi. A Forest. This is not a very scary hand. Think we want to take the Shmomnath. Shmomnath. Okay. That's basically Modern, the format, is Fury's gonna wreck you. Alright, so I didn't draw a Ren and 6 here. Play you. The question is, do we play the Haywire Mite? And I think we do play the Haywire Mite, because if they go Teferi minus bounce this, we can kill it with the Haywire Mite. Boink. Boink. This means that if Teferi goes down, Teferi just dies. Right? Teferi unsummon this, we have Haywire Mite. Yeah. Okay, this works out for us. The Teferi. Oh, that's a Risen Reef. Well, they still have Teferi. Teferi 3 is still in their hands. Alright, so... First things first, let's attack with the Haywire Mite. Attack with the Mite. They did play the Forest. Attack with the Haywire Mite. So their hand is Solitude, Solitude, Teferi. So we have some choices here. We can Eldritch Evolution this up to... I think we want to get a Grist. But the problem is... Alright, so we have some problems here, right? So we want to Evolution this into something. But whatever something we get... Like, they could just hardcast the Solitude and exile it. I'd love to Evolution into a Strangleroot Geist. But if they draw a land, they just hardcast a solid dude, and we're kind of SOL. So I think I'm going to sack the Haywire Mite, and I think I'm going to get Grist, and I think I'm going to start plussing Grist. I think I'm going to start plussing Grist here. I still have a land drop, I know. I think I might want to just kill this Risen Reef. I should have played the land first. This is fine. They just pitched 2 Solitudes to kill an Ignoble Hierarch. Right? This is totally fine. Totally fine. Did they pitch a Solitude? Oh, they pitched a Teferi. I'm okay with this. Totally okay with that. How's Grist dead? We have the blocker with the Dryad Arbor. Yeah, I mean, it did. It did. It's not great, but it did. Alright. Let's get the Dryad Arbor. We very much need to draw Yawgmoth this turn. Need to draw Yawg. Well, that's a good draw. I guess we're doing that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone a minute. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Thoughtseize. They're probably going to Solitude this, but we'll get a bunch of triggers. It's going to be a weird turn. It's going to be a weird turn. Alright. Yes, yes. Triggers, triggers, triggers. My dude is dead. What's in your hand? Jesus. Jeez. We're so screwed here. I guess we gotta take Eldamri's Call. We can't let them get the value off the elementals anymore. If they just Eldamri's Call for another Risen Reef, that's really bad for me. This is all really bad for me, to be honest. To be honest, this all kind of sucks for me. Alright, I guess we have to Evolution this away into... All these cards don't do a damn thing against what they have right now. I guess we just get a Strangleroot Geist and yield. We got rocked this game. We got rocked this game. I guess I messed up by not playing the land first when they minused. Ren and 6, sure. They do get to kill my Grist this turn. I should concede this game because I'm dead. Leyline Binding the Grist. The Geist and kill the Grist. Don't think we can win this game. Don't think we can win this game. Now we draw you. I guess it's not over. It's not over. It's pretty over. I mean, if we draw, like... If they miss on elementals for the next couple of turns, we will kind of be okay. Alright. Okay. Wall Roots. That's something. That lets us Yawg next turn. Cavern of Souls. Elemental. Flooded Strand. No attacks. Okay, so now we go 1, 2, 3. Double black. Cast Yawgmoth. So Dryad Arbor is in exile. Let's kill one of these. Kill you. Okay. I will crack this to get this at the end of turn. Alright, so... Oh, we're not dead. Not dead. Kind of dead. But not dead. Need him to brick one more turn. Ren and 6. If this Ren and 6 ultimates, it's very, very, very bad for us. Very, very, very bad. So let's crack this. Let's get the Overgrown Tomb tapped. Let's draw Strangleroot Geist. Okay. I accept. Birds of Paradise. Boop. Kill you. Play Peatland. Draw with Peatland. Okay, not the best of... Not the best here. Let's see if we can hit this Ren. Wow, their hand is absolute air. Their hand is pretty bad. I guess their hand is worse than our hand. I'd say just must have a bunch of lands in their hand. I don't know. This is weird. What are they? They must have 4 lands in hand. 1, 2. Nope, nope. Crack the land. Return the land. I mean, I'm just F6ing here at this point. Alright, let's draw a Thoughtseize. Okay, well... I don't actually know if I cast this. On one hand, it turns on... I guess I cast it, right? Ren and 6, Ren and 6. It's kind of a funny hand. Okay. 3 of a kind times 2. Alright. Let's attack the Ren. Attack the Ren. Alright. I mean... Congratulations, Dragon Johns. Congratulations. They've given up plussing the Ren. Oh, they're just pinging me now? Alright, okay. So now we drew Strangleroot Geist. So let's go 1, 2. Actually, how do we want to do this? Let's go 1, 2. Let's play Strangleroot Geist. Let's pay 1 life, choose a twin-target creature, sack the Strangleroot Geist. Play a land. Go to combat. Do we want to kill this Wren? Or do you want to just go after them? So this is a 5, and then we can just... it's a 2-turn clock here. If we just go after them. Let's just go after them. Anything here would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, if they double ping this, I could just proliferate. Right? I guess I can't double ping now. I'm wondering if I sack it for a card. Nah, I mean, if they double ping, that's fine, right? Because they still have... Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. They kill a Wren from their hand. And we still have Yawg. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yawgmoth. Ignoble Hierarch. Okay. We'll keep the Ignoble alive for a little bit. Maybe they draw Risenry for something of that nature. And we can kill it. Okay, well. Pay 1 life, choose a one-target creature, sack you. Another Ignoble Hierarch. Yep. Yep. I would have loved Messenger this game. Okay. Blooming Marsh. So let's go play you. The question is, do I want to attack for 3 here? Or do I want to try and find a Strangleroot before combat? I think I want to swing for 3. Let's attack. And play this land. And pass the turn. Oh no. Oh no! We're dead. We're dead. Eldamri's Call gets Omnath. Omnath, crack, crack. I'm dead. Alright. That was a long one. Drawn out. Miserable. I don't think we want Force of Vigor. I think we want this in on the play to go fast. Get to a Grist early. Alright, let's run it back. Okay, here we go. Would you like to play first? Yes. Okay. That was not fun. I hate to shock myself here, but... Maybe, but... Maybe. We know they had a land in hand. Okay, so we can go... What do we want to play here? We could play these two, or we could play this. I think we want to... Grist. I think we want a Grist. Yay! Double Grist! That's 2 Grists! Christmas. It's Christmas. We got double Grist. Wren. Gross. Ping the birds. That's fine. Let's see. We're going to go begin combat. Begin combat. Attack. Wren in 6. I guess we're going bird, bird. Maybe we play Hapatra. Let's play... I guess let's play Hapatra. Play Hapatra. Plus... So, Hapatra's good against Risen Reef. Because if they play a Risen Reef here, Hapatra can put a counter on it. Yeah. But Hapatra is really good against this Reef. Well, I guess we're just gonna fucking jam everything. We're just jamming. Yeah! Yay, Hapatra. Doing the good work. Yes, I would like to kill that for absolutely no value, for absolutely free. Yes, I would like to kill that. Should I say you have 9 now? You have 9 now. You have 9 now. No, let's not BM. Let's not BM. Okay. Red and 6. So I think they're... I don't know what they could have here. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus Gristalt is lethal. They have to have like an answer for Gristalt. Risen Reef. Well, it looks like they're dead. Looks like they're dead. Unless they have like a Solitude or something. Alright. I'm going to play Blood Artist here because I have to block. Then I'm going to go to combat. Attack everything at them. We have Grist alt. Okay, this hand's sweet. We've got this. We're on the play. Turn 1, Dork. Turn 1, Crack Forest. Maybe I just shocked myself. Maybe I can use this forest for Dryad Arbor later. No, let's just get a forest. Let's just get a forest. Let's get a forest and play an Ignoble Hierarch. Forest, Hierarch, yield. There's no... So, Mata is playing. What is Mata playing? As long as it's not... I don't know. There's nothing real... I just don't want to play against, I don't know, rhinos. Wooded Foothills, you say? Stomping Ground, you say? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lightning Bolt, you say? Well, drat. We could have had a turn 2 Grist. That would have been so sick. Turn 2 Grist is crazy. Turn 2 Grist on the play. It's so good. This looks like creativity. Nah, it's creativity. We could play this. We could do this. I want to play Grist. I want to play Grist. Okay, alright. Don't try and spell pierce this now. Don't fetch a blue source and try and spell pierce this. You can fetch a blue source so you can remand it, but don't try and spell pierce it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't spell pierce it. It's a creature. Poor opponent. This is a teaching moment for our opponent. We teach them that Grist is a creature on this deck, and therefore is immune to spell pierce. Okay. No, we milled the Blood Artist. No, Blood Artist. Rest in peace, little homie. Okay. Alrighty. One, two, three. This is the mana of the Teferi. Yep. Bounce the insect. Yep. Alright, if we draw a land, we get a Yawg in play. That's not great. Missing on a land here is very bad. I'm going to play the Endurance here. I guess we can... Let's see. We can chord for... We can play a Yawgmoth, and then we can chord for a Mana Dork. Or we can hardcast the Endurance. I think we play the Yawgmoth, and I think we chord for Mana Dork here. So that way, next turn, we can go for a Yawg. Let's get Ignoble. And let's heal. I don't like putting this in play against the Wrenn and 6 deck. And maybe Endurancing them so they can't, whatever, was better. But we're under the Teferi lock, so it's not that much we can do. Alright, Wrenn and 6, kill the Hierarch. We had to do it main phase because of the Teferi. We really need to draw land here. Like, really, 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 really. Fuck. Son of... Oh. That's really not good for us. Let's see. I guess we kill the Wrenn. We go after the Wrenn? Or we go after the Teferi? Let's go after the Wrenn. Attack, Wrenn, attack, Wrenn. Both at Wrenn. I'll trade that all day. Alright. Now I'm going to cast the Endurance. We're going to get rid of all these lands from their graveyard. Hopefully this does something. They have the Spell Pierce, so we don't want to use the Chord. We could kill the Wrenn here, but I think we just plus. Alright. So hopefully the Endurance actually affected them. There's the Dwarven Mine. But you never know. They didn't play a fetch land, though, which is good. Teferi goes up. Yeah, I think Grist is crazy. It's such a good card. It's not only... It probably is... I mean, I think that these are probably the best 3 Planeswalkers in Modern. 1, 2, and 3. They pinged our little guy. They pinged our little 1/1. Lands for Yawg? 1, 2, 3, 4. We could plus here and then chord, but we know they have the Spell Pierce. So, like, there's no reason to chord into the Spell Pierce. I think we just play the Strangleroot. I kind of think we kill this and then swing everything. That can't be right. Alright, begin combat, begin combat. So they could creativity here. Teferi, 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 them. They could creativity here and block. That's why we didn't use this. Alright. So I could kill this thing. I think I'm just going to plus. Yield. Do they have creativity? They don't have creativity. We're lucky. We're very lucky. We're very lucky this game. I guess we're not that lucky. Alright, so we'll go sack 1, discard, 2, discard. Alright, can we get a land? Now we draw land. Alright, step number 1. Step number 1 is I think we might just be dead still. Yeah, let's go minus here. Sack the Strangleroot Geist. Kill a Archon of Cruelty. Sack that. Pass the turn. Okay. So when this Archon attacks, we'll sack the Yawgmoth here. And then we'll block the Endurance. Endurance will block this. And then we'll shoot this on this. And then we'll have enough mana to do all this stuff. Create Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Absolutely. Alright. So they're going to attack. We are going to... They're attacking me. I will sacrifice Yawgmoth. We'll go to blocks. Block with the Endurance. I'm going to shoot the Strangleroot Geist or the Grinning Shaman. I think I shoot the Shaman, actually. Shoot the Shaman. This way I can proliferate this, this, and this. Shoot the Shaman. I can proliferate the Grist so it doesn't die. Fire the Grist. Sure. Okay. That kind of sucked. Don't know why they're doing that now. But that's okay. Okay. Let's see. Play the land. Alright, we need to draw another Grist. We need to draw an answer to this Archon. Yawgmoth. Well, that's pretty good. It's not really good, though. Because they still have the Spell Pierce. Right? So a lot of the cards we're going to get here. I guess a Grist would be a good get here. Alright, let's draw some cards. We need a Grist. We're drawn to Grist here. That ain't it. Sack you. Draw. 1, 2. So, you hate to go low against this kind of deck, but we kind of got to. Kind of got to do this. Kind of got to get low. Unfortunate with the Spell Pierce. It's unfortunate with the Spell Pierce. Maybe we draw another Peatland. Guess we can make them have the Spell Pierce. Is there any way we could play around the Spell Pierce? Hierarch. Boseiju. Oh, we play around the Spell Pierce here. Attempt to play around the Spell Pierce. Okay. 1, 2. Yes. I love Prosperous Innkeeper. It's the greatest card ever. Alright. So we're going to have to draw our whole deck here. We're going to have to draw our whole deck here. And then use the second Endurance to get back the Blood Artist in the deck. So we're not going to use this, right? We're not going to use this until we have another Chord of Calling, because we need this to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chord. So put the trigger on the stack to shuffle on the stack, and then we'll shuffle, and then we'll use the chord. Even though there's 1, 2, 3 chords here, we only have 1 chord left in the deck. So we're drawing to the last chord. Alright. Boink, boink. We're drawing 19 cards. One, two, sec. Oh, 1, 2. This is awful. I'm sorry. Sorry we have to do all this. 1, 2. We're looking for the last Chord of Calling. Looking for the last chord. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Boink. A boink. There's only 10 cards left. Okay. Boink. Boink. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. No, 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 no. 1, 2. 1, 2. There it is. Okay, so now we go Endurance. Pitch this. Endurance comes into play. Now we want the Invoke second. Now we want this. So this gets shuffled in, right? Now we go chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 5. Done. Get to the Blood Artiste. Nice. 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 Okay. Alright, so what do we want? We want Thoughtseizes. We want Necromentia. That was a little sketchy. A little sussy. What else do we want? Innkeeper gameplay. Listen. The only reason that we had to use this little fucker is because we milled this with Grist. But yeah, it was pretty sweet. Let's cut him. Thanks for your service. Get out of the deck. Thanks for the service. Get out of here, you little stupid. I kind of think we want to keep the endurances. So also, you don't need... We have another endurance, right? the 2 Endurances are going back in the deck, and we could just loop Endurances. So we can loop Endurances. Thanks for your service. Now you're fired. Yeah. We'll cut you. And we'll cut these things. Alright, we'll play like this. We don't really want Eldritch Evolution Spell Pierced, so we don't want Chord Spell Pierced. Okay, so we have a crap hand. If they have a Wrenn and 6, we lose. If they... no. Okay, keep, put back, put you back, put you back, put you back. This is a very bad hand. Very bad. But we're on them all to 5, so what can you do? Walk into Spell Pierce. Walk into Veil of Summer. Walk into any one of them. Don't got much of a choice. Taking the Wrenn and 6 is too good. Cool. I mean, we could wait until they turn to the Wrenn and 6, but if you can take a Wrenn and 6, it's definitely worth it. Hapatra! Yay! Go! Yay! Hapatra! Go! Cool. Cool. Yay! Hapatra! Eat a lightning bolt! There's the Wrenn and 6. Now we just lose. Now we lose to the Wrenn and 6. Now we're dead. Oh, that's a good draw. That's a good draw. I'll take that. Plus, yield to the turn. Okay. So, what are they getting here? Which Triome? Probably America's Triome. Ooh, I was wrong. Grixie's Triome. Yup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes a dwarf into creativity. Oh, it's not creativity. It is Teferi. Hold up, Wrenn and 6, huh? I kind of want to kill this Wrenn. Kind of want to kill the Wrenn. I hate Wrenn and 6. It's such a stupid card. Wrenn and 6 is so good. Holy cow, is this card good? Let's play birds. Let's just kill this Wrenn. This is probably bad. But I don't have a lot of things that are good. If they have a Veil of Summer here, I'm gonna scoop. Okay, game 3. Okay. I hate Wrenn and 6. We did have a 2/2 for 2 though. That did a lot of work. Yeah, Hapatra is a lightning. You just play this. Please don't kill it. Alright, we should be on the play, so we're not going to get wrecked by Veil. But, I mean, if they turn to Wrenn and 6, we can Necro them. That was a beating we took. But they are prepared for our bullshit. They are prepared for with Veils and stuff, but would you like to play first? Yes. Okay, turn 1, turn 2... Really don't like this hand very much. I don't think we... Turn 1. Turn 2. I don't think we can keep this hand. I don't... Yeah, Creativity's a great deck. don't have any black. Guess we put back Endurance. Maybe put back the Yawg. I guess we put back Endurance. Yield. Alright. Let's see what they got here. Looks like my bird's about to get bolted. Alright. It's not bad. Play you. Play you. Alright. Well, we need some help here. We need some help. Do they have the Wrenn and 6? Looks like they do. Neato. Neat. I guess I was thinking about keeping the Endurance over the Yawg. But, like, Endurance would be a lot better here. But if we would have drawn a black source, you know, we're just dead. We've lost. Like, I guess having Endurance here would have been a lot better. But the upside of, like, drawing a single black source was, I think, reasonable to keep. Yeah. Now we draw you. Now we draw you. Now I have to play this into this. That doesn't seem right. I can't do that. Guess I shouldn't have cracked now. I should have held it. But playing the Wrenn, maybe I'm supposed to play it just so they have to kill it. But yeah, I guess if this was an Endurance, this would be a different game. But you never know what they would have had in their hands. But yeah, I should have kept. It's too late now. We're never going to resolve another spell the rest of this game. I mean, we are, but it's not going to matter. Give us a black land. Alright. Alright, we'll play Grist. We will play the Grist. Plus the Grist. Yield. We played against Merfolk, which we dumpstered. Wrenn and 6. Wrenn and 6. Wrenn and 6. Wrenn and 6. If they have creativity, we are done here. I am scooping. You can tell the speed in which they are moving, that they have the creativity. And we are about... Oh no, I lied to you all. I am mistaken. I am mistaken. They have Teferi. Bounce the Wrenn. What? Hit the Grist. Wow. Okay. Well, this is a development, certainly. Alright, so let's go 1, 2, Wall of Roots. And then we'll go 1, 2, play Strangleroot Geist. I don't really feel the need to walk into a Veil of Summer again. But I do want to get the Teferi off the board or hit the Wrenn and 6. I think we get the Teferi off the board. Get the Teferi off the board while we can. And minusing to hit into the Wrenn and 6 doesn't seem that great. Well, alright, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright. So we should have kept the Endurance over the Yawgmoth, and we probably would have won that game if we could have pressured their Planeswalkers. So let's talk. Xerk keeps winning, but I don't see how you can legitimately play this card in a Wrenn and 6 format. A Wrenn and 6 Fury format, I don't see how you can play this card. Like, It just does not seem like what you want to be playing. I mean, you could play whatever you want in Yawgmoth. They want to... I mean, that one card is just way better, right? Terra Sunder is just a million times better than Fade from History. I mean, Hapatra did work, but the only deck that Hapatra did work against was Merfolk, and, like, we were kind of... Merfolk, you can kind of just crap on them. Right? Like... Hapatra did work. Hapatra was good, but, like, Innkeeper, I don't know how. I don't know how people justify playing this card. I don't understand. I guess because that one game felt really good, where we were able to just win on that one turn, but only because our Blood Artist got milled. I don't know. I would never. I just like birds. You know, I think birds is just better. Yeah, but the only reason the Innkeeper saved me was because we plus the Blood Artist instead. You know what I mean? So, that was a very small corner case. Right? Because we Grist plus milled this, we had to use the Innkeeper. But, you know, I mean, it did work. And the two Endurances, I don't know how to feel about them. Endurance is obviously very crazy sometimes. But other times it's not the best. But it's always cool that it pitches. I like the sideboard. I would like more Thoughtseizes, but that's just me. I think this is the best way to fight the 4-color pile of soup deck. I think it's Thoughtseize. I don't know. It's fun. I just don't get it with this card. When we do what we just did, it feels great, but the decks, the decks that beat us, the cards that beat us are Fury and Wrenn and 6, and I don't see what this card does against those decks. You know? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I see the power of this card, but at the same time, you know, every time this card was good, we generally had Yawgmoth out. It was really good the one time we attacked into the one Vizier guy. We attacked into killed the Risen Reef, right? It was really good the one time we attacked and killed the Risen Reef, but I don't know. I'm just not sold on this card at all. Like, the first time our opponent played a Wrenn 6 and then we drew this, I'm just like, what? I mean, Wrenn 6 still dominates the format. We played, you know, we kind of dunked on a Murktide player with Hapatra, but we kind of dunk on Murktide players regardless. So I don't feel like... And then we played against 4-color, 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 Wrenn and 6 piles, which Innkeeper was useless against. And then we played against Creativity, which Innkeeper is just useless against. So, like... It's not useless, it's just not how I want... what I want to play. You know? I don't know. I don't know. It was fun. It was cool. It's cool to play Xerk's list. Xerk's been killing it. Xerk's been just absolutely crushing it. You know, just crushing it. So, good for him. I hope he continues to crush it. Just crushing, 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 crushing. Crushing, crushing, crushing. Alright. That's it for me today. Tomorrow we're going to play Trash for Treasure. Nonsense. And,